And good evening to the great people of Dumfries that's in attendance today. I want to thank the color guard. I just saw them here for a second for their presentation of the colors and leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you to the Dumfries Elementary School choir for that, leading us in that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. That's our future, and I think our future looks and it sounds amazing. Thank you. I think the late Whitney Houston said it best. She says, we got to continue to teach them well and let them lead the way. Continue to show them all the beauty that they possess inside and help to give these kids a sense of pride. And I think it's going to help them later on in life to embrace their God-given leadership abilities and talents. So let's continue to encourage these youth and give these youth a round of applause. I want to thank our very own Dumfries soccer team for look at these young people coming out to participate in. Thank you to all the public officials, community leaders, business owners, and citizens who took time out tonight to just join us. Thank you to all the past mayors and the Dumfries Town Council members in the room and that's not here, that's watching from abroad, for just building a foundation for this current council to stand on and run with. So please, if you've served in Dumfries in any capacity, any board of commission, stand up so we can applaud and recognize you for laying the foundation that you laid. I want to say thank you to my family, to my wife Monique and my daughters Divine and Dynasty, my son Derrick II, and my mother, who they all allow me the freedom to serve you tirelessly and effortlessly, and I thank you for your sacrifice of me to this community. So. I want to say thank you to all the town staff as they work tirelessly on the day-to-day operations of keeping this town going and governing and making sure that we're fiscally responsible and we're meeting the needs of all the citizens. So to our town staff, from our police department to our public works to our infrastructure and technology, I thank them for all the work that they continue to do to keep us going. And then to all the citizens who volunteer. You serve on our boards, you serve on our commissions, you volunteer for many of the events that we have throughout the year. We say thank you and we appreciate you for volunteering and offering your time to serve on many of these boards and commissions. To all the members of clergy in the building, I want to say thank you for continuing to keep us in your prayers each and every day. Now, it's important that you know that the people who pray at the horse tracks, I think they're much more serious in their prayers than even some of my members at the church on Sunday. So if the question regarding off-track horse betting passes in November on the ballot, then not only will we increase jobs, but we're going to increase prayer in the community. Now I want to officially welcome you to the Town of Dumfries annual State of the Town address. Over the past year, we've come a long way in achieving a collective vision as a council to make our town a place where people just don't drive through, but where people drive to with purpose. The purpose of tonight's State of the Town address is to shine a spotlight on why the town of Dumfries is a great place to drive to, why it's a great place to live in, and why it's a great place to do business. First, we're proud to report that the state of our town leadership is fresh and innovative. All right. On the campaign trail, I think one of the chief concerns we heard last year while we was out knocking doors is that we needed to learn how to let everyone's voices be heard. And we needed to respect each other up on the dais. And you'll be proud to know that in October, your town council took time out to have a council retreat. At that retreat, we took time to identify what our strengths are as a governing body, and we recognize the areas in which we are weak and we need to grow as a community. And I believe today it's safe to report that no longer have our council meetings displayed marathon debates where we don't respect each other's opinions. But rather, everyone on our council has a voice, and each and every one of us knows that our opinions matter to the other and to the group as a whole. We also are happy to report that you have a proactive governing body that's very active in your community. And your council has spent the past year building bridges for the resources needed to make our town a destination place where people from all over DC, Maryland, Virginia, and places abroad can be attracted to not just drive through when 95 is backed up like it is today because there's an accident out there, but a place where people drive to for shopping, where people drive to for entertainment, where people drive to for food, and yes, even to buy a home and live and stay here. Your council has built local relationships with the Board of County Supervisors and nonprofit organizations and various religious organizations. Your council has built relationships statewide with the Virginia Municipal League and other organizations around the state with our state elected officials. They built national relationships and sitting on national boards and commissions where they're all trying to bring resources here to make Dumfries a better place to do business and a better place to live. Your council has been out meeting town of Dumfries business owners like Matthew Valdez, the sales manager over at the veteran-owned TSI, who specialize in all things technology, from managing network to IT consulting and comprehensive cybersecurity. Your council has been setting up community meetups like Councilwoman DeVille's Community Conversations Over Coffee. Your council has been working on youth programs to engage our youth in what we're doing in the community, like the program championed by Vice Mayor Nickerson's upcoming summer youth camp with the police department. Your council has been committed to making sure we have a diverse and accepting community with initiatives sponsored by Councilwoman Miles to support the Equal Rights Amendment and giving our staff an election day off by trading the most offensive holiday that we had, the Lee Jackson holiday that we celebrated. And, your council is actively working to make this town a place that's celebrated and welcomed by all individuals. Your council is currently actively sitting on the various regional boards, the state boards, and even national boards. And you gotta understand, all the work that your council is doing that I just mentioned is outside of the council meetings that you see on the first and the third Tuesday of every month. So they're a very busy and active council. And they're doing this not for their own benefit, but they're doing this for the benefit of spotlighting the needs for the people in the town of Dumfries. So we can go on and on for the next week with how fresh and how innovative your council has been over this past year and has become. But we need a few more hours of your time, and to save you time, just help me to give your council that's here today a huge round of applause for the commitment they have with serving you. Dumfries, our biggest challenge continues to be traffic congestion. I think some of y'all might have experienced that today trying to get here. And developing our downtown Dumfries. But it's safe to say, or safe to report tonight, that the state of our town infrastructure is in a state of improvement. And we're improving. It's improving because you have a council that's building bridges. They're building bridges with people like Monica Backman here from the Northern Virginia Transportation Authority. And based on their recommendations, the authority this year voted unanimously to approve $51.7 million in funding towards Route 1 widening project. The Route 1 widening project, what's great about the $51.7 million that was awarded, and yes, I'm gonna harp on that amount because we've been, I think those who've been in this town, we've been fighting on getting this funding for over 20 years. But what's great about that money is, it was awarded by the authority, is that it has begun to stimulate a bunch of interest from developers and business owners who now are looking to try to get ahead of the widening project and relocate to Dumfries. We got restaurants and entertainment venues and other development projects looking and eagerly trying to find a way where they can locate to Dumfries in advance of us widening our project. So it's stimulated a bunch of economic growth and development, and so we appreciate the work of Monica, you and the Northern Virginia Transportation Authority. Thank you for being here tonight. Over there, get Monica around the ball. This year, your town to improve the infrastructure, we purchased the property that we not only purchased this property, but we also relocated our town hall, our new town hall here, to where you're sitting is the John Wilmer Porter Municipal building. What's important to note about this is this was accomplished 6 years ahead of our planned schedule for this. We had this in our planning process, and we were looking to do this in 10 years. We completed this 6 years ahead of schedule, moving into a new town hall, and about $7 million under the projected budget to do this. So I'm excited to announce tonight that this building will also be the home in the future to the DMV Select office on the first floor. Well, you will be able to operate in our newly renovated customer service center right on the first floor. You'll be able to come get your tags and your registration. Wow. You'll be able to do all your DMV services. Another chief concern we heard from many of the citizens was the issue of blighted property when we took office here last year on Main Street. We heard your concerns, and I believe within 2 months of this administration, we had the blighted properties removed from Main Street, and we began to clean that place up. And we're going to continue to work on solutions on resurrected programs such as that as our former councilwoman, Thelma McLaughlin, who started our beautification program back in the 80s and helped to beautify Main Street and plant the trees that's currently located on Main Street there now. We're looking forward to one day soon where we can all come together as a community and once again begin to plant new trees on our Main Street and make our Main Street look like one that's welcoming and one that's full of vegetation. To further improve our infrastructure, we need additional funding for our Route 1 project. Route 1, if you really want to understand Route 1, it's not a road that the town should be funding. Route 1 is a major interstate project that travels all the way from Maine all the way down to Florida. And so part of the challenges that we had is we've always been trying to take care of this project with town-sponsored funds and town-sponsored revenue. And last year and this year, as your council began to make its legislative priority, we're now going to seek and ask our state officials to fund Route 1 with the same funding source that they fund Interstate 95. As we all know that when Interstate 95 has any types of backups, many travelers jump off of 95 and they try to travel on Route 1, making it a challenge for our citizens in this cul-de-sac type community to get in and out of their homes and to go anywhere, like the grocery store to the gas station or just to do regular day-to-day activities. So it's going to be imperative, and we thank Marlon for being here from Congressman Connolly's office, because we're definitely going to have that on his desk to try to push that project further. As well as one of the other fundamental challenges we have is half of Dumfries is situated in the HUD zone, which makes it only valuable for half of us to have business development and growth, while the other half of Route 1. So we'll be bringing that to Congressman Connolly's attention as well. When it comes to your tax dollars at work, the state of town of Dumfries finances currently is balanced. Just on Tuesday, our town manager reported to us that we're projecting to put an additional $300,000 in our reserves at the end of this fiscal year. Your council did approve the fiscal plan for fiscal year 2020 in the month of May. We're excited to highlight tonight that without raising taxes, your council was able to make some significant investments. Some investments in our public safety by helping them to relocate to a new building. We made some investments in the economic vitality and our infrastructure, as well as making sure we're investing in having a well-maintained government. Unlike in years past, one of the things I think that this council is most proud of is that when we created this year's budget, we didn't have to raid our savings account to actually balance our budget. The new budget document is also being used to begin to establish a solid framework for positive changes with our town manager and our staff, enhancing our current service offerings. The new budget sets a framework for future planning and providing this town with a strong foundation. Some of you may or may not have noticed that we even have a new format for our budget to ensure that our residents are provided with a full picture of what our town finances look like. And we're happy to announce for the first time that because of the work that our staff put in redoing our budget presentation and the whole process, we have submitted paperwork to receive the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award from the Government Finance Office Association. Our capital budget this year addresses the reality of balancing multiple major projects with a limited staff and limited resources. So we made sure that the budget process, the capital budget that we presented this year, was based on something that our staff could handle and something that our budget could handle. As such, the capital improvement plan budget has been approved with no contributions, again, from our general funds and no transfer over from our savings for fiscal year 2020. To ensure that the active projects that we're currently working on are completed efficiently while we focus on our toughest challenge, which again is getting funding for Route 1 Widen project. Overall, the budget has the foundational elements for us to move in the future to performance-based budget that's going to be based off of data, statistics, and facts. Your council has made public safety their third and final top priority going into the new year. We're happy to report that the state of our public safety department, well, is safe. In spite of what has transpired in some of our community over the last couple of months, and what you might have read in some of the newspapers, our town still ranks in the top 10 for safety. On the annual report rating organization, SafeWise ranked Dumfries as the 8th safest town in the state of Virginia. To make it even better, when you go to HomeStax, they rank Dumfries 5th in safety as far as violent crimes is concerned in the state of Virginia. So in spite of what you have to say about the Dumfries Public Safety Department, they're keeping us safe on a day-to-day basis. We also have moved, if you haven't noticed, our Calvin Johnson Police Department, they've moved over to the old Town Hall building giving them the space they need to fully develop the department into one that's going to be community focused and community driven. They're going to have our officers getting trained on the bike program. They're going to be out in the community on their bikes and in the community. And so one of the major accomplishments I want to share with you today that your police department has accomplished over the course of the last year to make us more safe is they completed our negotiations of an MOU with the Prince William County Police Department. That not only allows our officers to communicate on the same systems as officers, but it also improves the safety of our officers because they're not showing up on a location in the scene not knowing what the situation is or if the situation changed from the first call. So give a round of applause to our police department. Overall, what makes the state of Dumfries good is not just what our town government is doing, but also what our citizens and the businesses in our community are doing. We have so many inspiration stories, like when Harold and Kathy's was closed due to that severe damage from a vehicle that crashed in through the restaurant's window earlier this year. The community came together. You had businesses like Croppers and the other surrounding businesses that came to their rescue, and they was there to help put the business back in order, put things back in place. And within 1 week, because of the support from this town government and the community around, we had Harold and Kathy's back open and running for business. When the Boys and Girls Club needed resources and support, they found Dumfries business owner, Byron Terry Sr., who is also a retired colonel in the Army, who not only provided mentoring, but he also helped to raise over $20,000 that would directly go to support the Dumfries Business Club. Thank you, Colonel Cherry. When our police department asked the community to support their new K9 unit, you have many businesses like Premier Automotive and Motion Motor Cars and L&M Body Start and a host of other businesses who came together and broke the check to make sure that our K9 unit was up and running with the resources they needed for food, for veterinary services, and so that we can have a K9 unit for both our day and our night units to be out on the field. And so we thank our town businesses for that type of support. And for so long, I think many of these stories have gone unnoticed or just never had any opportunity to have any type of light shined on them. So tonight, I think we start a new era. Tonight is the night where we all begin to take an active role in spotlighting Dumfries. Because Dumfries is a place that's rich in history, a place that's rich in people and rich in community. And what makes the state of Dumfries so good is not us, it's you. It's the people here in this place that come together that makes this bright and vibrant. And so tonight, I want to show you why Dumfries is a place that you not only want to live in, it's not only a place you want to visit, but it's also a place you want to do business. And so tonight, we introduce to you for the first time ever a series that we're going to start called Spotlight Dumfries, that we're going to work to stream on every resource that we have. And Spotlight Dumfries is a resource that we're going to use to help grow our economy while shining the light on our businesses. We're going to shine a light on our citizens that's doing great things in this community, and we're going to shine a light on the work that our staff is doing. And so now, without further ado, we present to you Spotlight Dumfries.
I want to talk a little bit about, how we like to give back to the community and how to work with the community. We currently offer internships, so if anybody's looking for an internship, we would love to work with people in the community. Just give them the opportunity to see if IT is something they want to get into. There's thousands of jobs and it's growing every day. There's not enough people to fill the positions. So if somebody would want to get into it, we'd love the opportunity to just kind of train them and teach them and see if they would like to, work in IT. It's a great field. A lot of room for growth. And also, we want to just thank the town for giving us the opportunity to do this. They've always been very supportive with everything we try to do, have meetings and stuff like that. We talk to them, and they're just, they're a good partner to work with. So we want to thank the town for that. Thank you, Town Dumfries.
My business is Asiedu Lead. I started in 2008 when I retired. We specialize in cyber, IT, financial management, logistics, training, and admin support. We're proud to be in the town of Dumfries. Again, we support any endeavors that the town offer. We support the Heiser Boys and Girls Club on Stagecoach Road. We support the Georgia Mental Foundation, and also Delegate Luke E. Torrin, who is in the General Assembly. This is his district, and it's one of the reasons we wanted to kind of stay close to home. We're not going north into other locations because we want to kind of keep a local base, because we really love the town of Dumfries, and again, we support the efforts of this town based on the business and services we offer, and to help anyone, any individual, and any business in the great town of Dumfries.
And one of the good things about working here is that we attract a lot of people from different parts of the country, locally and out of state, in the beautiful town of Dumfries. And when people come here, they're really surprised and shocked at how beautiful the town really is. And it gives an opportunity to meet them and talk about the town and show them exactly what we can do here. What makes the town so beautiful is that it's a local gem. It's one of the first towns that was built in Virginia, and a lot of people are not aware that it exists. We get people that come from Northern Virginia, and they're not aware that the town is here. Once they're here, they're overwhelmed with the beauty and the staff. Got a beautiful mayor that is always available. If anything pops up, he's always there to reach out and make sure that you're okay.
One word to describe the town of Dumfries.
Loving.
Unusual, amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the era where we spotlight Dumfries, and we spotlight all the things that we do in Dumfries that are great. One of the things we had the opportunity to do this year, as we been around, we had the first ever Mayor's Ball that took place here in the town of Dumfries. And at the Mayor's Ball, people got dressed up in black ties and dresses and gowns. And they didn't drive to DC, they didn't drive to Crystal City, they didn't go on Quantico to the clubs, but they came to the town of Dumfries. We had a gala right on Possum Point called, most of you know it as the old roller skating rink, but we turned that into a fine establishment. And what we did was we raised funds to give out to the young people for scholarships. And tonight, we're gonna make a presentation to those young people who work hard to write essays and go see their counselors and pick up their grades. And so now, we're gonna present those checks to those young people who did the work, and now they're diligent, and we're gonna send them off to college. And not only do we have a younger person, but we have an adult that's going back to school. And so we're excited. So we're gonna bring Councilor DeVille up with me, because you were the chair of my scholarship committee. I'm not gonna put you on the spot.
I sure did. Good evening, everyone. It was a pleasure to serve on the mayor's inaugural scholarship committee, and I just want to definitely thank everyone. I'm so excited. As well as with our committee, we had a committee member who could not make it today because she is graduating from college. And that is Sandra Queenie. A lot of you know Queenie. Let's give her a round of applause. And I just like to. I just like to encourage everyone next year, when the mayor says he's giving out free money, those of us who went to college, we know free money, right? When he says that, apply yourself. Apply to get this free money. Take it from a teacher who's paying her student loans. Take advantage of these opportunities when they come your way. Whatever your situation is, especially for people living in poverty, anything, education is the key. Do not deny yourself the opportunity of education. And I just want to thank the mayor for making this a possibility. You are changing lives with these scholarships. So thank you.
Put this together. All right, the first presentation we want to make, and I apologize because this is in cursive. I'm gonna say, you a teacher.
On the spotlight, All right, so we have Mr. Kofi Asiedu, Agayei.
Going to Virginia Tech. Biochemistry major.
Next we have Ms. Kiden Ester.
Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Say it so they can hear you.
I'm going to Norfolk State. Studying business.
Amir N. Majeed.
Amir's one of the ones that's already in school. He's going to be a returning sophomore who applied and was awarded it. So tell him what you're studying, what school you're going to.
I'm a junior computer engineering major at Virginia State University.
Mr. Jonathan Page.
I'm going to be studying at Averett. I'm going to become a commercial pilot. Give one for my mom.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me say a couple words. The last scholarship was one I've been with. Keep come up here from iGlobal. iGlobal University right in Vienna saw what we was doing, and right away they said, how can we participate and how can we assist? And immediately they gave us a couple $15,000 scholarships to anybody going to school, which is huge. It could be half of their tuition, and they might pay nothing after they get Pell Grants and any other type of scholarships. And what's special about this awardee is that this year she was also the Citizen of the Year at the Mayor's Ball. And so she did. And so this has been a great year. So we're happy tonight to announce that not only are we going to give her this $15,000 scholarship. Come on up, Melonie Bennet.
Yes, I want to be going to my global.
Oh, one thing. So.
Be going to studying Dubai Global for business management. Wow.
Now I'm happy to announce that when he came, he felt like he wasn't doing enough just for that community, but he wanted to do something for veterans. So Mr. Evans tonight came to tell me that he has given me, for one veteran or a spouse of a veteran who has lost somebody because of any of this service-connected things, he's given a full ride scholarship to that person. Y'all make sure y'all get his card before y'all leave so y'all stay connected. But Overall, I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for participating. This has been a year for us as a council of really building bridges, and so we're excited about where the next chapter is going. We're definitely going to be working to develop economically, so we're happy to see Bishop Dukes here, who don't know, he's going to take over and be the president of the Chamber of Commerce come July 1. Chairman of the board. And so it's good to have some friendly places and good places. I see the Human Rights Commissioner came in, Mr. Curtis Porter in the back. His office actually bears the name of this building, and you see his stuff when you walk in today. So thank you to the Porter family, who we're indebted to.